All right, we're going to do it once more.
Good afternoon and welcome to Gm30a. I'm Red.
And I'm Julie.
And we have a great show lined up for you today. Our first guest here is Trey Hearn, and he is from Float Brothers Float Spa.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, what
really
is a
cool.
float spa?
All right, well, we're the first float therapy spot to open up on the whole panhandle of Florida. So the nearest one's 250 miles of here. We've opened up the first one in this area in Destin, Florida. So we're in the Plantation Commons complex right next to Fresh Market Home Depot, just down from the Commons.
Perfect location.
Yes,
You're
ma'am.
shopping, you're floating, you're,
Absolutely.
you're Home Depoting,
Have a
you're
little lunch
gardening,
That's right.
and
Yes,
a little
ma'am.
lunch.
Well, I'll tell you
Floating,
about
yeah,
tell you
tell
about
us.
floating. So it's also called, people have called it in the years sensory deprivation, but we like to call it, that negative
That's
connotation.
It's a little spooky.
We're more of it's sensory reduction, which allows your brain to relax and your body. So let me tell you more about it. So we have our Float Brothers Float Spa. We just opened up at January 29th, so we're fairly new. But since January 29th, we floated over 2,000 people. Yes, ma'am. And what we have 4 float rooms. Each one of them is a theme room. So we have an ocean room, a nature room, a space room, and a Patriot Room. And inside of those rooms are float therapy pods. They're 9-foot long, 5-foot wide pods. So they're really big. And
Wow.
yeah, they're a lot bigger than you think.
Yeah, not like the old days when they put you in like a
bathtub.
coffin,
a little
like,
coffin style
coffin-like
tank.
pods.
No,
Yeah, no.
we have these state-of-the-art tanks, and they're very big, and they're user-friendly. So they're not for folks that have claustrophobia. That no problem at all. So what we do is you'll have your own individual room. You can lock the door behind you. We have showers. We provide everything for you. You rinse yourself off in the shower, and then you step into a float therapy pod. There's a picture of one.
Now, is this pod open?
You
Yeah,
can
you can close
the
it's
pod?
open for visual there, but we recommend you try to close it because I'll mention it more, but talk about actually what the experience what you actually do. But you can close it or leave it open.
Okay.
But inside the pods, there's 150 gallons of water, which makes it about 10 inches deep. And inside of that 150 gallons is 1,000 pounds of Epsom salt dissolved in the water. So the water is so dense with salt water, you float and you become buoyant right on top of the water without any effort. So as soon as you sit down and lay back.
You don't have any fear. Like, he stinks like a stone no matter what.
No,
I mean,
absolutely.
like he could stink in the lake in Utah. Seriously.
We have over 400-pound folks that come in to float with us. Everybody floats right up to the top without any effort. And then we heat the temperature of the water to match the outside sensory touch of your skin, which is for most folks is around 93.5 to 94 degrees on the outside touch.
Right.
So within a few minutes of floating in this Epsom salt water, you can no longer feel the water anymore. It kind of it matches your skin. It's a pretty wild
I
feeling.
want the space room to do.
Yeah.
I know.
So you're floating free of gravity. You can no longer feel the water. Your spine will start decompressing. Your muscles, joints kind of melt and relax into this water. And we also have in the state-of-the-art pods that we have, you have full control of the light. You can turn it on and off, different color lighting for moods, or you can turn it completely off. And if you turn it completely off and you have the lid down, it's cave dark. You can't even see your hand in front of your face. Just gives you a place to just get away from all the sensory input that we have every day.
All day.
Yeah, computers,
Yeah.
cell phones, cars, everything. So it gives you a mental break as well as a relaxing your body a
Your
break.
body, right.
Yeah.
Because it's just easier to...
How long do you recommend people float for?
So we have 2 different sessions. We have a 60-minute session or a 90-minute session. So the 60-minute,
long?
yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. And people come out, fall asleep in the tank. I'd say for over half of the people go in there and just completely relax and fall asleep. You can't roll up. I mean, you float on top. Yeah.
Do I get a snorkel?
No, not at all. Not at all. So it's only 10 inches deep, but even then, it takes a forceful movement to roll over, and you don't have to worry about drowning or anything like that. We actually have intercoms in there. You can talk to us at the front desk anytime you want to. We play some meditation music, like ocean waves and things, so you don't have to be completely sensory free of your hearing. You can turn that on and off as you will. But if you do turn it off, you'll have earplugs in, and you can hear nothing but your heart beating and your breathing. It's pretty awesome experience. Real meditative.
Yeah, how often do you do it?
Oh, I do it at least once a week.
Do you?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
Yes, ma'am.
So you said you just opened the business in January. What
did.
made you decide to go into this particular business?
Yeah, absolutely. So I have a business background. I work for the federal government. I've always wanted to open up my own business. And my brother had heard about float therapy for some back issues he had had and how it was helping with back pain injuries. And so he had mentioned it to me. And the nearest one we could find was in Orlando. This was about 2 years ago. And I just happened to be, and I'm a military reservist, and I just happened to be on reserve duty out there, and I went to it.
Check it out.
I walked out of there and called him immediately and said that was the most amazing experience I've ever had. It was just a mental, it's a mental break from all the sensory input. You've never experienced anything like
We need
it.
that probably.
I think I'm on. I'm on.
And so that's how it got started, and then it's almost 2-year process to get started. I mean, we're a Department of Health certified facility,
Right.
so that was a 6-month process to get that because there's not one in this area. So every health inspector had
Everything
to
was
get
new,
checked out.
right,
Yeah, I
right.
mean, it was something new. We had to make sure the
Clean
cleanliness.
water
Yeah.
That's exactly
and
right.
The rooms and the showers and the.
That's right, and that's a big question we get. So if you don't mind, I'll elaborate a little bit. We have to,
please.
so the flow. We get questions a lot. How do you clean the water? Well, that water in there is denser than the Dead Sea, so nothing grows in it anyway. So it's really hard for any bacteria to grow. But what we have to do is we have to pull all of that water out of the tank through 2 filtration systems and then flow it back in. So it has to cycle 5 times between patrons to meet Department of Health standards. We also
But it's
add.
a closed system, so you're not.
That's right. It is. It pulls
Okay.
it out and cycles it and then
Good.
pumps it
So
back
we're not
through.
wasting water.
That's right. You're not wasting water. And we also have a bromine, which is very similar to chlorine, that we add in every day to
Which is a
keep
lot
to
more
keep the disinfectant.
skin-friendly.
It is, and hair friendly. Yep. So that's the process. We have it's cleaner than any pool, hot tub, bathtub you'll ever get into. We have to keep that level of cleanliness to
Of
be
course,
open.
we would expect that of you.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you talked a little bit about the theme rooms, and we did talk a little bit earlier about you are a veteran.
Yes, ma'am.
And your brother is a veteran as well,
is.
so
Yes,
thank you
ma'am.
very much for that.
Thank you,
And you
ma'am.
said one of the rooms is a Patriot Room.
It is, yeah.
So
That's one
talk
of our
a little
theme
bit
rooms.
about that.
Yeah, one of our theme rooms. So it has every room that has a theme has a big mural. We have an ocean mural in the ocean room, a nature room has a big nature mural. The space room has some Apollo 11 pictures, making it really cool. And then we have the Patriot Room, which has a big American flag on it. And we built that specifically to commemorate our fellow military and veterans. And sensory reduction float therapy is helping a lot with PTSD patients. So the lack of sensory input, which triggers some of the PTSD symptoms, is gone in the float tank. So it allows PTSD sufferers to relax, and not have any concern or anxiety from any stimuli that could trigger the symptoms. And it also allows them to reflect on what may have caused this. So it's helping a lot with PTSD symptoms. And in help of that, we knew this from being deployed. That it is helping. We wanted to start a room for them, and we have a PTSD program that we've established where military and veterans, if they're medically diagnosed with PTSD, can float for free in our Patriot Room on
nice.
Sunday,
Very
Tuesday, Thursday mornings. We have set times that they can come in. We already have over 20 on it on the program already that come
That's
in
wonderful.
every week. So it's
That's
really
wonderful.
helping
Thank
a
you
lot.
for that. That's-
Yes, ma'am.
that's really
Our
brilliant.
pleasure.
So that's free. What would it cost? What's it cost for you?
Sure, good question. So
For us regular patrons,
yeah.
which
So
we're
it's-
happy to
Probably
pay.
also have PTSD.
So we've tried to keep the prices as low as possible compared to any other float center around in the country. We've for a 60-minute float, it's $50, and for a 90-minute float, it's only $15 more, so $65.
That sounds
So it's very in line. And
reasonable.
when you walk out of there, you felt like you just had an hour massage on your body as you floated
Without
for your
it,
gravity,
yeah.
and you get this mental relaxation too. So it's very comparable to what you pay for prices as a
Sounds
massage.
extremely reasonable.
Yes, ma'am.
How far in advance? It
Right,
sounds.
we
I
have
mean,
to-
if you
Right.
have 2,000 floaters already,
Yeah.
how far in advance does one need to make an appointment?
So it's been about 2 weeks out. So I mean we have there's some one or two openings here and there that you can find. But if you're wanting to bring your friend to go in with you, or your spouse, or a couple friends, you're definitely going to be about 2 weeks out to get a good booking time that you want.
Okay.
Now with summertime coming up, we haven't experienced the summer, but already these past 2 weeks we've been getting a lot of tourists.
Welcome to this area.
Yes, ma'am. So, and to tie in with that, we've become the number one, since we opened in January, we became the number one spa in Destin on TripAdvisor.
Fun.
So that's why we're getting a lot more folks
Sure,
from
because
the
everybody-
tourism
right, 'cause
industry.
you're right up there.
It
Yes,
does
ma'am.
help. It does help. Now
Yes,
you'll get a
ma'am.
negative review once in a while. Just ignore it.
Well, I try to make it better.
Just make it.
Yeah.
You do a little response back, and you say, "Well, thank you for taking the time to review our spa, and we're sorry you didn't enjoy it." And then just let it go.
Duly
This is from
noted.
experience. I'm just telling you that.
Yes, ma'am.
Just go float in your pool for a little while. You'll feel fine.
Okay, so how do we
How do we
we
get
know
you?
physically where your location is, but
Yes,
how about
ma'am.
a phone number?
Yep,
websites,
yep.
that
So
kind
the
of
phone
stuff?
number's 850-460-8720, or you can go to floatbrothers.com. We have videos out there for you, lots of photos, so you can get an idea. We also have a facts and questions page, which has tons of the frequently asked questions, and
Okay.
we answer all of those.
Nice.
We also have a Facebook page, which has over 4,200 followers, so you can join us on Facebook if you want.
Awesome.
Yes, ma'am.
Floatbrothers.com.
Floatbrothers.com.
Awesome.
Right.
That's
Trey,
so
thank
cool.
you so
Hey, it's
much.
such a
Thanks again
pleasure.
for your
I
service
really
and-
thank you,
Yeah,
ma'am.
we
I really
definitely-
appreciate
we're
you
gonna
guys
go
having
outside.
us.
Thanks.
Thank
Maybe
you.
in the fall,
I know.
unfortunately, but
I know
that's
by the
great.
time, right, we try not to, I don't know, 98.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, this time of year.
Summertime.
We're getting there.
That was awesome.
All right, we're gonna take a
we
quick
off?
break.
Okay,
Before we
not
do,
quite yet. We
before
just-
we do, we'd like to thank some of our sponsors:
Modern Air, Ditter Kellen,
and Aesthetic Clinique and the Bay Club Sandestin.
From
Oh yeah,
Sandestin.
we're adding them
Yeah.
onto the list.
That's
So
it.
welcome, Bay Club Sandestin.
and you can watch us daily from 8 to 10 on 30A TV. That's Mediacom Channel 17 and Fairpoint Channel 8. Website is
Where's that?
www.30a.tv.
Or Twitter us at 30A Buzz. There you go. All right, stick around. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
That's yes.